Welcome back, Truth Seeker. June 26th, 2023. Very special day in the calendar year, and that's because of the people who made this calendar. Of course, it's a product of the Catholic Church. And notice on this day, Anthony Fauci, everybody's favorite doctor who saved millions of Americans from the terrible pandemic, as we all know, he's going to join Georgetown. He's going to become a member of their faculty, announced today, June 26, 2023, a Monday. And you got to laugh at how it begins. After dedicating 54 years of his life to public service, Dr. Anthony Fauci has chosen Georgetown University to play a major role in the next phase of his career. And recall, he was there January 10th, 2017, talking about how there will be a pandemic in the time of the Trump administration. And he said he'd known that because he'd been in NIH, the head of NIH, since 1984, George Orwell's infamous year. And here we are one day after George Orwell's birthday. That was yesterday, June 25th, the anniversary of the start of the Korean War. But 54 years... I imagine that a number of Georgetown students are aware that John Carroll was 54 years old when he founded Georgetown University. And I imagine since it's 2023, some of those students even know about Gematria because it's getting out there on the web. And if you don't, Gematria, the ancient practice of coding numbers into words, something the Jesuits are super into. So if you're Jesuit educated and you have not learned that certain Jesuits are very into numbers and language and rituals, pay attention because this knowledge will pay dividends every day for the rest of your life. So it's no accident that they, again, make this announcement about Fauci and his 54 years. In Gematria, the simple practice of coding numbers into words, Jesuit Order equals 54, and so does John Carroll. And the way you get these values is just by taking the alphabetic order with numerology. So A's the first letter, B's the second, C's the third, D's the fourth. Notice it counts up to I, the ninth letter, and then it goes to J as 1. You're just taking the numerology of J, the 10th letter. J is the 10th letter. The numerology of 10 is 1 plus 0 equals 1. K is the 11th letter. 1 plus 1 is 2. L's the 12th letter. 1 plus 2 is 3. M's the 13th letter. 1 plus 3 is 4. You're just doing that all the way up to Z is the 26th letter. 2 plus 6 is 8. That's why Z is 8. So 54, very special number. And the word sun is 9 when you use this cipher, but the other cipher to know is just the alphabetic order. If you just take the alphabetic order. Sun is 54 when you just use the alphabetic order without numerology. S is the 19th letter, U's the 21st, N's the 14th. Of course, the Jesuit Order's logo is the sun with the 3 nails for triclavianism, with the letters IHS for Isus Hominum Salvator, which also fits in with today, June 26th. And of course, the 32 sun rays. Why the Dodgers broke the 32-year drought against the Rays in the Jesuit-rigged MLB. Why the 32nd degree of the Scottish Rite shares the motto with the Jesuits, Ad Merum Dei Gloriam. But if you're new here, Gematria, very simple. Alphabetic order with numerology, also running the alphabetic order in reverse and running it in reverse with numerology. So Z is 1 back to A is 26. Notice if you write out Isus Hominum Salvator, again, the IHS in the Jesuit logo stands for Isus Hominum Salvator, Jesus, Savior of men. Forwards, it equals 274, like how the Catholic Church has celebrated the Son's birthday since 274 AD. Isus Hominum Salvator is 85 with numerology, like the word Templar is 85. The Templar cross is in the middle of the Jesuit logo. Of course, the Jesuits are the new military order of the Catholic Church. They replaced the Templars, thus why their cross is in the Jesuit logo. If you run it in reverse, Isus Hominum Salvator is 266. We're in the time of the first Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis, who's the 266th Pope, who when he spoke in Washington, D.C., the Jesuit stronghold that it is, he spoke there September 23rd, the 266th day of the year. And today, June 26th, can be written 26/6. So this big Jesuit announcement for the first Jesuit university in America, Georgetown, that they're hiring the Jesuit Anthony Fauci, who went to Holy Cross. And then if you run it with numerology, in the reverse, it's 122, just like Pope Francis is 122, like San Francisco is 122, the city on the 122nd meridian, named after St. Francis of Assisi, just like Pope Francis is. So anyhow, all of these numbers are important, but you can see how the motto fits in with today, which connects with the logo, which is the sun, which connects with 54, and then this, opening line after dedicating 54 years of his life. Today is also the 177th day of the year, and as we know, the Jesuit Order equals 177 forwards, also equals 201 and 69 and 84, like how he's been the head of NIH since 84. He's part of the Event 201 coronavirus pandemic simulation put on by the Jesuit Klaus Schwab, whose name also equals 177. So, what a ritual. And it's just more definitive proof of what we already know, how they operate by this code every single day. And recall, when they declared the pandemic that Anthony Fauci saved us from, it was the 79th day of Anthony Fauci being 79 years old. And notice how Society of Jesus is 79 in reverse, 56 forwards, also 187. Take a look at Anthony Fauci. 56, 187, Society of Jesus is the formal title for the Jesuits. Notice how it's 137, 56, 187, 61 for Anthony Fauci, his 4 cipher values. Look at Washington, D.C., the exact same in every cipher. That's where Georgetown is, in Washington, D.C., in case you didn't know. So, things we've talked about a gazillion times, but got to bring it up one more time now that we got Fauci back in the headlines today on such a fitting day. And as we know, the big tech, the world of big tech, you have all these fake puppets that supposedly run all these companies, from Jeff Bezos to Andy Jassy to Bill Gates to Mark Zuckerberg to Elon Musk, who's a full-on TARD. Again, all of these people are nothing but puppets and pawns, and all of these companies are Jesuit, CIA, fascist enterprises. And if you think I'm wrong about that, I guarantee you're wrong. Call in and debate sometime, like Wednesday night when I have TFR. We prove it every single day. And that 7.8's no accident, as we'll get to today's 201 days from Andy Jassy's birthday. But the word Jesuit is 78, just like Tesla is. And who can forget when they said Elon Musk was the richest man in the world for the first time, passing Jeff Bezos on the 78th anniversary of the death of Nikola Tesla, in the sick Jesuit joke that was on the Roman Catholic Church's calendar. But yes, 7.8 billion, like 78, like Jesuit. Again, this news also comes today, June 26th. And again, today's the 177th day of the year. It's 201 days from Andy Jassy's upcoming 56th birthday. And where the Jesuit Order is 201, which we just talked about, Society of Jesus is 56. Remember, Amazon took over the world when Jeff Bezos was 56 years old, after Anthony Fauci said there'd be a pandemic in the time of Trump, and then the pandemic was declared 56 years after Trump's Jesuit education began, and then everything 56 just kept happening day after day, all throughout 2020, but Jeff Bezos was 56 that year, had a bunch of 201 rituals, including blasting off in his dick rocket like he was Dr. Evil out of Austin Powers the next year, doing that on the 201st day of the year, where, for the record, Neil Alden Armstrong, first man to walk on the moon landing on the 201st day of the year. The moon is illuminated by the sun. The Jesuits are a sun cult like the Catholic Church. The Illuminati was founded by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt. An order of Illuminati is also 201. So the illuminated object with the moon landing on the 201st day of the year. It's amazing how Gematria solves every conspiracy in moments. But anyway, 7.8 billion, 201 days from Andy Jassy's upcoming birthday on the 177th day of the year. And then, not to be outdone, Mike DeWine, the governor of Ohio, where this is happening at, is all excited. And today's 172 days from his birthday. And again, one important Jesuit motto is, Isus Hominum Salvator, as we talked about. The other one that's real big with them is In Merum Dei Gloriam, for the greater glory of God. And again, 172. So how perfect there. And, who can forget about the nice Jesuit rituals they've done over the years in Cincinnati? Xavier, one of 27 Jesuit universities in the nation. Francis Xavier, his death anniversary is the day that you had the Who concert tragedy in 79. Remember, Xavier 79, the Who 79, Murder 79. And then the Who returned to Cincinnati after they were in Super Bowl 54. Or, excuse me, no, it was Super Bowl 56 they were in, my bad, but it was the Bengals' 54th season. Society of Jesus 56, Jesuit Order 54. And years before that happened, we identified how Joe Burrow was Mr. 54. Who can forget that Billy Cannon died on the anniversary of Ignatius Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, getting shot with a cannonball, which was the same day Joe Burrow signed with LSU, only for him to go on and mirror Billy Cannon winning the Heisman and beating Clemson in the championship in New Orleans, just like Billy Cannon did. But, yeah, so anyhow, more proof that Amazon's exactly what we said it is. This Jesuit enterprise that just performs one Jesuit ritual after the next, along with our Jesuit-controlled government. And again, you start to look into these big tech companies. A lot of their money comes from government contracts, which means they're paid for by the taxpayers to build the databases and the surveillance systems that are building the slave state around us. And it's all being done because these companies are supposedly private when they're not. Okay, so Brian Kohberger. Remember the Kings Road murders that the news broke the day after King Charles' birthday? Or no, excuse me, I take that back. You had the University of Virginia Cavaliers killings and the University of Idaho killings on the same day, November 13th, and then the news of both killings broke one day later on King Charles' birthday. Again, King Charles, those who fought for King Charles historically were called Cavaliers, so you had the killings at the University of Virginia Cavaliers, and then also you had the killings in Kings Road, and then they arrested the killer, Brian Kohberger, for University of Idaho in Scranton, Pennsylvania, Joe Biden's hometown, where The Office ran for 201 episodes. And then Brian Kohberger, they said he lived in apartment 201. And again, there's a whole lot to Brian Kohberger. And then again, with regards to King Charles, well, he became king 201 days after the Queen was diagnosed with COVID because she died 201 days later. And in this case, it's the 177th day of the year, and today the prosecution asks for death. Notice capital punishment's 201. It's also 75. Today's date numerology, 75. Triclavianism, that's Roman form of capital punishment, the 3 nails on the cross, which is what's in the Jesuits' logo. Triclavianism's also 201. Notice it's also 93. Like crucifix, like God's Son, like Nazareth, like how Jesus was crucified between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. in the Bible, like how the 930th chapter is where the Christian section begins in Protestant Bibles, 930. And of course in Sumerian Gematria, which is multiplying the alphabetic order times 6, A is 6, B is 12, C is 18, so on. Christianity is 930. But anyway, Brian Kohberger, who's the patsy for this New World Order Jesuit murder ritual. Go back and watch our work from the time of how it's all synced up with Jack the Ripper and King Charles. And again, he was arrested in Joe Biden's hometown 46 days after the news broke. The killing was on 1122 King Road, like JFK was killed at age 46, and then Biden, number 46, elected 46 weeks after the Pope's birthday when Catholics 46. And there's 46 books in the Catholic Old Testament. And there's the fleur-de-lis, which is a symbol taken by the Catholic Church on the royal family's crown. So anyway, the point is asking for him to be killed by the state, by the code. The patterns are so redundant. Also in the news, David Borman, perfect name for the creator of CNN, or one of the co-founders of CNN, He died at age 69, 56 days after his birthday. And he's not the first, founder or one of the original members of CNN who's died by the Jesuit Code. There's been a number of them. In fact, the last book I put out, Number Games, 9/11 to the Cooties virus, when I was done writing that book, then there was a death of a CNN head, and he died in a big old Jesuit ritual with the Jesuit numbers screaming all over it. So it's just another example. If you write out the Jesuit Order, it's 69. And again, Society of Jesus, 56. So don't think that's any accident. And just for a reminder, too, CNN is run out of Atlanta on the 84th Meridian. Jesuits, 84. The Jesuit Order's 84. The Catholic Church is 84. All 84. And big number in this nation, too. United States of America. The Jesuit States of America. United States of America, 84. Okay. For the record, David Borman, also 69. Dead on the Pope's 191st day of his age. 56 days after his own birthday. Society of Jesus, 191 and 56. Okie dokie. James Crown, billionaire from the banking industry, a board member of J.P. Morgan Chase, dies in Colorado on his birthday while racing. That's the story, right? All these suspicious deaths in Colorado, all kinds of weird banking shenanigans going on. But here's what stands out about dying while racing in Colorado as a billionaire. Not a headline you read every day. Racing 38, Colorado 38. Of course, Colorado's the 38th state in order of statehood. Murder 38, as we know. Killing 38, death 38, RIP 38. And he's the grandson of the founder of the banking company that he's part of. The grandfather's name is Henry. This man died on his birthday. He died on his 70th birthday. Henry, the founder of the Crown Banking Company. So, also, BBC couldn't make up his mind. In the cover page, it says he's dead at 97, right? The oldest living Nobel winner, dead at 97. Nobel Prize winner, 97, right? Dead at 97. 97 is the 25th prime number. He's dead on June 25th, George Orwell's birthday. Again, death equals 97 and 25. 97 is the 25th prime. But the funny thing about this is, again, it says he's dead at 97 right here. Then you click on the article, and it opens up to he dies at 100, right? And then at the top, it says he's died at the age of 100. And then you just scroll down a few sentences, and it mentions that he got the Nobel Prize at age 97. So, or actually, you guys, never mind. I can't read. He didn't say he died at 97. Okay. The top headline said he got the Nobel Prize at 97 too. But then he's dead 3 years later. And again, 3's got that magic relationship with 56. When you're out 3, it's 56. Just like Abrahamics 56, like the 3 Abrahamic religions, like light's 56. Again, God makes light in Genesis 1:3. But John B. Goodenough, what a last name. And it seems like somehow I lost the Wagner story. I'll have to pull that one up. I don't know where it went. Just the latest Trump stuff. His lawyer asked for the start of the trial to be moved to the date of December 11th. December 11th. Can you guess why they want it to be December 11th? Go figure, that's 47 weeks before the election. Remember when Trump was saying, I've done more in 47 months than Biden's done in 47 years. Whoops. Of course, Trump equals 47. Big number with authority. Judges 47, gavels 47, authorities 47, governments 47, White House is 47, president is 47, Republicans 47, Democrats 47, DC is 47. And again, just the latest what is 47 ritual. Donald Trump in the 47-story Midtown Hilton Hotel the night of the rigged election that went in his favor in 2016. Joe Biden, the 47th vice president, took office with 47-year-old Obama. And, just, total joke. Total joke. So, and before that, they were going with August 14th. And remember, that number is also relevant. Donald Trump's book names, his cover names, Donald J. Trump, he puts his middle initial in there, 148. The Art of the Deal, his best-selling book, 148. So, let me see what happened to my Wagner post. Where did it go? Wagner. That's all we keep hearing about in the U.S. media the last few days since Friday. Wagner, the Wagner mutiny, the Wagner Rebellion. Oh my God, could Putin be on the way out? Oh my God, Wagner. Wag the dog. That's what it reminds me of. Wag the dog. Anyhow, we know this is all just one big Jesuit soap opera going on over there. It's been nothing but a Jesuit puppet show by the numbers since day one. And this Wagner mutiny began June 23rd, the 174th day of the year, 69 weeks after the supposed war started. As we know, New World Order's 174 and 69. It also has that 177 like the Jesuit Order. And it began on the day leaving 191 days left in the year like Society of Jesus. And then it came to a conclusion on modern Freemasonry's birthday, which was a beautiful day for us in the MLB because we took advantage of all the rigged Freemason rituals like my favorite one of the day, in the 17th state, Ohio, the Brewers fell to 17-17 against the American League when Mason equals 17, and modern Freemasonry began in the year 1717 on June 24th in London, and notice the first London game of the MLB season was on that day. So there's no denying why they're doing what they're doing, especially when we cleaned the MLB's clock on Saturday, just hitting all the Mason numbers. If you guys are watching the Dodgers-Astros game, it was obvious where the script got screwed up. Number 33 knocked in the winning runs, and then they took the runs off the board because it got stuck in the fence, and it ended up as a tie game instead. But then when the next batter stepped up to the plate, the umpire called a controversial balk and moved the runners forward, scoring the winning run, and the umpires were like, that wasn't a balk. And it's because the ball wasn't supposed to get stuck in the fence. Number 33 was supposed to have the game-winning RBI. It was funny watching the Mason script get screwed up, but the outcome wasn't off. Anyway, if you didn't watch the game, you might not be following what I'm saying, but just trust me. It was too perfect. Number 33 on Freemasonry's birthday, Masonry 33 on his 42nd day of his age, Freemason 42, essentially knocked in the winning runs of the game. And it was nice because I like the Dodgers to win a lot that game, and they were down 3-7 at one point, which is a big number in Los Angeles. But then they came back and won at 8-7 on the 87th day of the MLB season. So anyway, this Wagner thing, just another New World Order Jesuit psyop, a military group against another military group 107 days before Putin's 10-7 birthday. I mean, give me a break. Military 107. It's just a Jesuit puppet show all across this world. And never forget, I mean, you can't get more 201 than Russia because Catherine the Great preserved the Jesuit order in Russia with 201 Jesuit priests. That's why the Russia-Ukraine thing broke out in the biggest 201 ritual ever. Again, Biden and Putin meeting 201 days after the Jesuit New Year had begun, the Ignatian year. It begins in the Donbass region, 201, and then all the other 201s since. But here's the latest soap opera by the numbers. The military conflict, a civil war type of moment, and again, 107 days from Putin's 10-7 birthday. So, also, Pride Month's almost over. That's something worth celebrating. And, there's been a headline in recent days. Starbucks workers at 150 stores go on strike over Pride decorations. It's so bad right now. Sweet Lady put on a Western. She likes Westerns. And it was the first Western I've ever seen that had to have gay men in bed together. I was just like, come on, man. I have never seen gay men in a Western movie. Anyway. It's just like everything is gay now. I mean, like everything is gay. Like if there's a straight couple in the show, then they have to definitely have a gay couple also in the show. And I'm pretty sure that's going to end up being the ratio in society before long, if it's not already there, 50-50. High probability. But, and again, it all goes back to depopulation. Gay people aren't having any kids. They want less people on this place we call Earth. So... But yeah, just want to remind people, Illuminati's 150. The sun, they say it's 150 million kilometers away on average. So, another number that they like. That's why they had to report that, what's his name? The guy that used to portray Trump on Saturday Night Live, Alec Baldwin. They had to say that he killed the Ukrainian woman at 1:50 in the afternoon, 201 days after his birthday, in the church shootout scene right before Russia-Ukraine and on the set of Rust. And somehow people just don't get it. You see how Order of Illuminati is also 93? Alec Baldwin's born on the 93rd day of the year, and in 93, they buried Brandon Lee on his birthday. It happened to be Baldwin's 35th birthday, and Brandon Lee's character was Eric in The Crow. And he was shot on the movie scene, and then all these years later, Alec Baldwin has a story that's compared to that. And, again, Illuminati, with their rituals, programming the mind's eye of the masses, So anyway, I think that's it for now, Truth Seeker. I will get back to doing daily, posts, but yeah, I just, I've done less this month. I've been feeling, I've just been feeling real irritated. I'm mad, you guys. I'm mad. I've been talking about after LA was a great success. California was a great success. I said, hope we get more people on board. If we can get some more resources, going to drive a whole lap around this country, do it all across the country instead of all just through California. I mean, we have been around the country the last 3 years now, but we got to do the full victory lap. But it's going to take resources. And again, I mean, since I got back from California, just resources have fallen way, way off. And so I'm just like, okay, so I don't know if we're doing the victory lap because So anyway, it's just like, I know we need to get out there and do that, but then every time I get out there and do that, resources just go down, 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 like it's a stair step every time. We go out and resources down even further, and it's just, I'm mad. I don't know what to do. I've been grinding for 10 years, put out some great books, pound and payment all over the place, put out a ton of life-changing knowledge, and I just feel like the real next step is just like, figure out how to inspire more people to come together in these communities, network, link up, and just start getting more people to get out in front of the sports stadium. I mean, that's how it's going to change, you guys, when there's finally a group of people committed in every city, getting out every weekend at the sports game, the college stadium, the NFL stadium, the MLB stadium, the NBA stadium, out in front of their Congress building, out in front of their government buildings, in their tourist attractions, all the things that we do. But just getting other people to do it and form groups, and it just becomes a thing that's just going on in America all the time. Getting out knowledge, getting out truth, getting out information, trying to wake up the sleeping masses. And, I mean, I'm not going to quit at the goal, but I've just felt like a mental break was needed for me this month because I've been feeling real annoyed. So, anyhow, shout out to Eric Meller who chipped in $10. I appreciate that. He said, want a really weird coincidence? Hitler was right is equal to the Jesuit Order in all four ciphers. Well, for people who don't know this, his real name is Adolphus. If you look up his birth certificate, it's Adolphus Hitler, which is 201 and 150. Look familiar? They sported that red and black, the Nazis, and modeled their order after the Jesuits. Germany, Bavaria, the Bavarian Illuminati, which is a Jesuit thing. It's all right there. It's all one seamless time. And let's not forget that, if you just come by Adolf, 56, 187, like Society of Jesus, supposedly committed suicide at age 56 in April, the 56th month, just like how Lincoln supposedly died at 56 in a theater. in April. Shot on 14/4 like Jesuit Orders 144, like the day the Olympic hit the iceberg, but they called it the Titanic. And yeah, we've been talking about, again, if you missed all the coverage of Futility Wreck of the Titan and, the Titan thing, and now Mr. Beast says he was supposed to be on there. Anyway. Here, let's close out with some good news. Somebody sent this to me on my phone and said they were in an Uber. And this was on the back of the Uber driver's car right here. So shout out to Trey Hopps. It says, follow me on Instagram at Trey Hopps, TRAYHOPS. So even though, that makes me feel good, though. Even though support's down and resources are down, and I'm not sure the big, circle tour is coming, even though it needs to come, 10 years into it, it's good to see that this kind of thing's happening in the world. Somebody hopped into an Uber, and that was on the back of the Uber driver's seat. So you need to learn gematria. He wrote, not a conspiracy. If he's out there watching this, I would appreciate if you changed. It is a conspiracy. It is a conspiracy. So I know what he meant, though. He meant to say not a conspiracy theory. So it should say, like, a real conspiracy, not a conspiracy theory. Again, we're exposing a conspiracy. This is a real conspiracy that we're exposing. Some of it's a lot more serious than other parts, like the murders that go on all the time. But, I imagine Trey Hopps is a young black man, and he's pointing out all the 42 stuff. So somebody might be like, the N-word? Well, hold on. Let me see if we know what he wrote out the N-word. If you actually write the N-word, it equals 42, just like slavery, like Tuskegee, like February, like a million other things that have to do with Black History Month. But hold on, the N-word? Okay. So he was just trying to be politically correct. Okay, the N-word does not equal 42, but I know what he means. Jackie, of course, like Jackie Robinson wore 42. Remember the 21 ritual they did on Jackie Robinson Day? It was the 76th Jackie Robinson Day. And, that's what it is. Jackie Robinson. This MLB season, it was the 76th Jackie Robinson Day. And it was a huge 76 ritual in the Dodgers game. I forget if they became 7-6 at home. Maybe 7-6 for the season. I'm trying to think. April 15th. It was probably 7-6 for the season. But they won it on the bat of David Peralta, 76, who brought him back from 0-1 to win it 2-1 in the bottom of the ninth. Money in the bank. So, anyway, David Peralta had the 2-run home run on Freemasonry's birthday, too. But yeah, this is nice to see that this is happening in the world. So, Masons control your sports leagues, no doubt about it. We just proved that again. Taking advantage of the rigged games on Freemasonry's birthday, June 24th, turned 306 years old. But yeah, we'll leave it there for now, you guys. Thank you to everyone who hits the like and the share. Thank you to everyone who supports the work. And come next month, I'll get back on the daily grind. But yeah, I just needed to let my stress air out. So we'll leave it there. Till next time.